Good morning, everybody, on this beautiful fall day. We have a lot of special guests here today, so I know some of you, or most of you, probably tuned in to hear me tell you what your annual increase is going to be. I'll do that after our special guests have a chance. So first I want to bring up Mrs. Lucy Rosenau, and Mrs. Rosenau is going to talk about the annual employee fund that she so graciously works on each and every year.
Good morning. I'm here to talk about the Resident Council's annual Employee Appreciation Fund that we do at the holiday time. In this new norm of masks and limited dining and limited visiting with friends and family, the only thing that is a constant in our lives right now is our staff at Canterbury Woods. They report each and every day. They do a multitude of different tasks for each of us. They are all very, very important. And I know that in the spring, we asked you all as a special, one-time only deal to give an appreciation for all of the staff who came to work every day during COVID. And since we are still in the COVID pandemic and cannot have a resident meeting, this year the fund drive will take place via the mail in your mailboxes, and also Rob has generously allowed me on Mondays and Wednesdays to come and remind you to put your check in the mail. The average check last year was about $550. We had almost 100% gift giving from our residents down here in Williamsville and Gates. It is a joint venture. We are working on getting an opportunity to see some of the people down at Gates who provide services for them each and every day. Hopefully we'll be able to do that so that we can introduce them to the Williamsville campus. So expect in your boxes, probably Monday, a letter explaining how this all works. And an envelope to put your check in and put it in the business office's mailbox. So I'll see you again on Monday.
Thanks again to Mrs. Rosenau and the entire committee that she puts together every year. This is completely resident driven, and the graciousness of the residents is truly remarkable, and I know that our staff each and every year is just blown away by how generous and gracious our residents are. With that, I'm going to bring up Mr. Hobart, your resident council chair.
Thank you, Rob. This year I have two jobs. I'm also the chair of the elections committee, and that's what I'm up here about. The council is made up of 11 people, 2 from my Gate Circle and 9 from the main campus. And they have staggered terms each year. 3 of the terms expire. And the bylaws say that if there's more than 6 candidates for the council, then we have to have a primary election. So we are going to have a primary election. The ballot is in your mailbox, and because the bylaws say that we have to have the general election by mid-November, I'm going to ask you that you have the primary vote in by November 2nd at 8 p.m. Now, the ballot box is behind the administrative assistant, the concierge desk, and this will say primary ballots on it. So by 8 o'clock on the 2nd, if you would have it in. I'm now going to introduce the candidates, and I'm going to do it in alphabetical order. And the first one is Terry Colson. Terry?
Thanks, Tom. I live in Lexington. I've been a member of Canterbury, resident of Canterbury Woods for the past 9 years. I've been on the council and have enjoyed the camaraderie and knowing what's going on, and it would be my privilege to be on it again. Thank you.
Weren't you the chair of the council?
I'm sorry?
Weren't you the chairperson of the council?
Oh, yeah. I was chair for, yes. I was chair for 1 year, yes.
There you
but
go.
I was on the council for 6 years, and I've been off of it, and we can go back on, and I'd like to be back.
I remember when you were chair.
I'm sorry?
I remember when you were chair.
Well, I hope so. It was
Yes.
only a year ago. It was a year ago, but it was great. Thank you. Thank you.
Ronald H. Jensen. Al?
Hello. Hello. In the statement that was distributed with the ballot, I set forth some of my ideas on what we should be doing around here. I hope you read the statement. If you would like to discuss my ideas, or if you have some ideas of your own, please feel free to call me. I put my telephone number in the statement, or stop me when you see me in the hallway. I hope you will consider voting for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Harris Goldstein.
I was on the council, I had to get off because of the timing. My background experience is extensive in maintenance and knowledge of buildings and contractors. I'd like to get back on again because I think it'd be a good input. Thank you.
Harold Douglas. Al?
Good morning. I'm Hal Douglas. I'm the newbie among everybody here. I've only been here 14 months. I'm a former, I'm retired from Roswell Park, where I was the chief of GI oncology. I also was had leading roles in several national cancer programs and one international cancer program. I am a veteran from courtesy of Uncle Sam and their invitation to the Army. And currently I am a member of two local railway historical societies, one of which I'm a former board member and I'm still their archivist and librarian. And the other one is the group that is restored the station here in Williamsville down on South Long Street, and I'm still active in that group too. So you can see that I have dealt with all kinds of problems and I enjoy problem solving. I hope you will vote for me. Thank you very much.
Mary Lou Red.
Never heard of her.
Good morning, I'm Mary Lou Grath, and I have for this past year been serving on the Residents' Council filling a vacancy. I am now running for a full term. I would request your consideration as I found the Residents' Council so very important as an advisory body reflecting your voice, your concerns, and your needs to the administration of Canterbury Woods. Not only presently for the day-to-day activities as we go forward, but for us transitioning back to what we might call a normal, busy social life at Canterbury Woods, which we're all looking forward to. Yes, Rob is raising his hand because he's looking forward to it also. So thank you so much for your consideration.
Didn't you used to be my boss?
Who's boss?
You!
That's a good question.
Mia Roski.
Thank you. I want to say namaste. I'm from India. I came here in 1965, Los Angeles, California. And I have been to Canterbury Wood since 2016 with my husband. And I really enjoyed here. I was first year, I was a liaison for this is my third year. First year, I was the liaison for the dining committee. Second year, I was the secretary of the council. And right now, I am a vice chair of the council. And I really enjoy all the working, and Tom is such a good chair to work with him. And I'm enjoying all the residents and everybody. I'm looking forward for all your support to continue my council work. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Namaste.
David Rees also has a application in for the council, but he has returned my phone call, so I have to assume that they're away. I'll arrange to have him introduced at some time in the future. Thank you very much, Bob.
This one's mine right here, Bob.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I thought I was going to have a new pad.
There's not much on there. It's a pretty esteemed group of people, and I want to thank them for wanting to be part of what is a very vibrant group, has been since I've been here, going on 14 years, and we have vibrant discussions. I get the opportunity to work with the resident council on an ongoing basis. And I got to tell you, they really represent the residents of Canterbury Woods uniformly, fairly, and we've accomplished so much. Some people I often hear, well, you know, we don't really accomplish anything. I can tell you, and if you have several hours, I can really go down a litany of stuff that the resident council, that the resident council has accomplished in unison with working with administration and the organization over the years, whether it be building projects, whether it be beautification of the campus, whether it be policies and procedures, whether it be organizational stuff, activities, cultural arts, dining issues, etc., etc. Many of the things that we do to improve everyday life for the residents of Canterbury Woods are ideas that percolate up in concert with the resident council. So it's a supremely important body, and it represents the residents well. Just an aside note, kidding with Mary Lou, of course, I know I'm not supposed to politic, right? But Mary Lou Rath used to be the chair of the board of Canterbury Woods and the Episcopal Church Home Affiliate, so yeah, she's pretty qualified. Anyway, so a couple other things. So as I announced your annual increase, I'm going to announce it today. So your annual increase going into next year is 3.25%. That budget was passed by the Board of Directors Finance Committee yesterday. That's not even close to the highest that we've done, considering last year was 1.5%, this year at 3.25%. You know, taking into consideration the challenges of the COVID epidemic and the tremendous financial burden that it's put on us organizationally, we feel like we've really been able to put forward a very, very strong budget for next year. At a town hall meeting sometime in the future, probably within the next month, Jim Giuliano and I will kind of go over the different areas of the budget for next year. But that is your increase. Your letters are in your mailboxes, or being put in your mailboxes at both here and Gate Circle as we speak. One other thing I wanted to just review is The testing requirements that are going into effect next week, again, I announced it on Monday. These are for, on the independent side, for Gate Circle, and for here in Williamsville, for personal care aides and companion aides and family helpers, therapists, nurses, anybody that's coming in and spending time caring for our independent residents in their apartments, both here and in Gate Circle. This is an open Achilles heel issue that we've had since day one of the pandemic and ensuring safety with these folks. You know, if you look at yesterday, just the numbers yesterday, Erie County, the highest number of cases since May. So what we've been talking about in terms of what you're seeing both in New York State and throughout the country is in fact happening, that cases are increasing, and they're increasing right here at home. So this is not, so we've taken this additional initiative that all the people that I've listed, caregivers, family caregivers, etc., they will need to prove, they will need to be tested weekly, and they will need to present proof of those tests to Canterbury Woods at both sites on an ongoing basis. They will do it through notification here in Williamsville at the security checkpoint. They'll have to be able to show something in writing, either over their phone or piece of paper, etc., saying that they've been tested and the date. They will do it at the front desk down at Gate Circle. And, you know, I put out a memo Monday. It detailed where folks can access free testing sites throughout Erie County, so those continue to be available. There's testing available at Walgreens, there's testing available through Quest. There is a myriad of testing that's now available. People can also get tested here at Canterbury Woods in the same venue that we test our own employees. That schedule is out, so if you have questions about that, call the front desk. Both here in Williamsville and Gate Circle, we will test folks that need to be tested. The cost of that test is $80 a test. That is our cost. We don't make a dime on that. That's the exact amount that Canterbury Woods has to pay every single week per test for the 150 plus staff members that we test. So, and that cost will be billed directly to the residents that you are caring for, and you know, you guys can work out a system there. But we're providing all different opportunities for these testing. It's supremely important. It continues to help us be safe going into this next level of pandemic. I can also tell you this, I know we're running long today, but I can tell you this, that, and I'll have more information on that, we are now registering to accept the vaccine when it's available here at Canterbury Woods as a nursing facility and assisted living, and potentially even for our independent living residents. We have been informed, and I think I've talked about this, through the federal government and the state government to be ready for a vaccine in December. What they have said to us is specific for skilled nursing and assisted living, and staff members, direct care staff members, will be first on the list. I don't know 100% about independent living within a community setting like this yet. More information to come. We're certainly advocating that everybody who wants a vaccine can get vaccinated together. But we have to go through a process with the state and a process with the federal government that we're going through right now. It's in conjunction with myself, our medical director, and our healthcare staff. We're doing that, and it basically is to get ready for the eventuality of a vaccine, and they're saying be ready sometime in December. So certainly that's good news. I'll have a lot more information to come on that as we progress towards those dates. Certainly, if anybody has any questions on anything, they can always email me. It's rwallace@echA.org. We'll be back on Monday. Thanks.